like 55.
Okay. The second to last match from Group A. We got Cyna, the number 1 seed, versus Fract, the number 8 seed. Should be okay, and hopefully we don't drop 8,000 frames like last time.
Hopefully not. I've dropped 206 frames, which is more than I usually drop, but we'll see.
It should be fine, hopefully. Maybe it's just Twitch's fault they're being bad.
That's entirely possible.
What's wrong, Harry? Ron, I overheard your dad talking about Sirius Black last night. The Ministry of Magic thinks he's after me.
Cyna is now hosting us again for the 3rd time.
You'll have to be really, really
Interesting.
careful. Don't go looking for trouble.
Don't go looking for trouble.
Somebody must be starting stream with... I'm thinking it's auto-host or something that's doing that.
Yeah, probably.
Someone else with a higher priority started streaming or something.
Yeah, like AJ said, Emmy, you're running AJ? Running against AJ? What's Cyna's timer at for you right now?
120. I'm not looking at Cyna's timer. 124.
Oh, okay. I'm like 10 seconds ahead still.
No cam today. Liam's internet is having difficulties, so I am restreaming instead.
Tell me when Cyna's timer gets to 143.
Now.
Okay, what's Frax at?
47, 48.
Right then, you lead the way.
Okay,
Walk forward
that should be
towards
good
the
now.
frames
I
and
just like
keep
paused
right
it so you could catch up to my delay.
Well, they...
So they both got Scaver Skip.
I was gonna say, I wasn't paying enough attention.
Either that or they both failed it, but that seems unlikely.
It'll store our adventures up to this point.
It's almost like it's the same stream. Except not, because... Yeah.
Really, Ron? You might think about training your
So, Marlon, how do you think the tournament is going so far?
We need to cast at the same time to open it. All 3 of us. I'll
It...
start, and you 2 join.
Judging off the initial seeds, this is ridiculous and absurd. Judging off of the current seeds, it's going very much so as expected. Cyna and AJ's match, I think in particular, was particularly impressive.
Yeah.
An unfortunate match, but that was... I hadn't seen AJ play at all up until that race, so...
Yeah, I mean, he's a really new runner. Only been almost 2 months. No, it's only like a month and a half still. Rising all the way up to 5th on the leaderboards.
He
Pretty
is
insane.
currently 5th, yeah, because he's ahead of TK by like milliseconds.
Yeah, half a second or whatever. Not even.
Actually, I believe it's a copy of the
That's really good for only running for a month.
We'll knock them out of the air, Harry.
6 and 5 pages, that's pretty average.
Who's having it today? Maybe I didn't actually see what Ed got, but he seemed to be behind after training, so... So, what are your opinions on a trifecta relay tournament
You really do need to work
where you can't run the same game twice in the round robin?
I don't know if there's enough players.
Yeah, especially for running the same game, not running the same game twice. Maybe for like just having 4 teams for trifecta, that might be possible. For
Yeah,
trifecta
because
relay.
there are very few players that play all 3. There's enough that play 2 of them that you might be able to get away with that, but...
Yeah. not many people run HP1. That's the problem. I actually really like Cinna's idea because this tournament was very successful in the fact that so many people have been running this and improving their times. Like
Yeah,
the quality of runs has gone down or gone up.
gone up by a lot.
Sure, yeah, gone up. But the times have gone down by a lot, and got a few new runners as well. But I like Cinna's idea to make a HP 200 tourney because it's obviously the best category in HP 1, 2, or 3, so it will force people to learn it, and it will be great.
Then why aren't we doing an HP 4 any percent tourney?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah. Wait, no, HP 400. Did you see my run of that 2 days ago?
I saw bits and pieces of it.
I PB'd by 20 seconds. It was the stupidest thing ever. With a crash and a lot of terrible things.
HP 6 cutscene percent, as in HP 6. Yeah.
I like Emmy's idea. Going for the sub 2 and that.
Professor Lupin.
Super jump only tourney.
Against the dark arts. Our first lesson involves the spell.
Stop talking about that or you're calling the police.
Ron Weasley, would you
Okay.
please join me?
But you don't know where I live. I said you probably do. I mean, what? Okay. So cutscenes are great. It's very close right now, actually.
You'll do fine, Ron.
Cinna seems to
About
be
5
3 out of
seconds.
3 to 5.
3 to
yeah.
5.
Honestly, though, would you learn HP 2 hundo if there was going to be a tournament?
I've been wanting to learn HP 2 hundo anyways, so maybe.
Such a
Welcome to
great
the Carpe
category.
Retractum Challenge, Ron.
But I also just kind of want to learn everything, so
Some are well hidden.
it
Yeah,
has
but-
to come in some kind of
Earn
order.
a visit to the Bean bonus room. If you don't find all the
Yeah,
shields,
I already know everything. That's why I can just do
complete the
everything.
challenge by collecting
You know,
the final
just
shield.
took 5 through 7 part 2. Don't know
Let's get
those.
started. Carpe Retractum has 2 primary uses.
My original idea was actually to do an HP 2 tourney, but then I realized that HP 3 is more popular right now, so I did that instead.
What happens?
It's also,
Probably a smart move.
you don't have 40-second swings off of pure RNG.
Yeah, that's true.
Instead, you have 40-second swings off of game crashes. And soft locks.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can jump
yeah.
over pits like this one, Ron. Hold down
I
the
think
R
if we were to do a bingo tourney, it would be best to be a lockout bingo tourney.
arrow key and press
I
the
think that'd be
right
fun.
button to jump.
Actually.
That would be interesting.
Professor Lupin?
Yeah, we do have the ability to do that. One thing that Emmy and I were talking about when we
Ooh,
first...
Fract falling off there.
Oh, yeah. And he also missed the first room swing too, so
Yeah.
Try not to let the wizard crackers touch you while they're
A
in
good
the air. When they land,
20-second time loss with those two
if you're
combined.
quick enough,
15
the
to 20
crackers will
seconds.
explode.
God, Emmy. That would be interesting.
Go ahead, Ron. See if you can pick
Bingo,
up-
but instead of being bingo, it's categories of games. Maybe a 3x3 bingo card for that would be something.
I've seen OOT puzzles that do stuff like that.
Like do complete categories.
Well, there have been some interesting ideas with OOT Hondo, like, or OOT 90%, or bingo, that's the word.
That's the
The
word.
big thing, one of the puzzle races that we did was they give you a
Isn't it
3x3
getting this one
board,
here?
and you have to pick 6 goals that you have to not complete. And it was like, collect the hook shot, and collect bomb chews, and stuff like that. So you had to
Oh, you
skip
specifically
useful things,
can't
yeah.
do that. And you have to beat the game.
That's a fire.
And it was, there were, it
Oh, yeah.
was, some of the goals were
Be careful.
get this item, get this useful item, and others were like, get 9 maps. So
Last, Rictus Emperor.
it was going around the game getting as much stuff as you could, but you also had to give yourself restrictions at the same time.
Interesting.
I'd love to figure out a puzzle or a challenge race for HP 2 or 3, but I haven't had any good ideas yet.
Senna messing up there, but he goes for it anyways, but that was never going to work out. Didn't
There have
really
been-
matter though.
There have been crazier swings that have worked, so I can't blame him for going for it.
I mean, the platform cycle was never going to allow that to
If the
happen, 'cause he
room
took
didn't
so
have a
long.
ceiling, he definitely could have made it.
That's true. Frack. Oh, getting stuck on the pillar there.
Oh, darn.
And again, but he should make that, yeah. Jumping off of that one is pretty risky. Like from the moving platform, jumping instead of walking off is
That's
cause a
the
lot of
only way that
troubles.
I know how to do it. That's just... I think that's honestly one of the more difficult swings in the game, which is really strange because it's such a small distance.
Yeah.
But getting a...
Senna not jumping on that, I don't actually know which is faster.
I don't know if anything is faster in that room. Like, there's a lot of
No,
ideas.
the carpe is faster, but I don't know if jumping rather instead of not jumping is not.
Well done,
The thing I was saying about the 6 shield strat is it's hard to find something that works very consistently. It's easy to find something that works most of the time, but something that works
Yeah.
every time is really hard to find.
Yeah, that's true. So Senna's sitting, well, about 25 seconds ahead at this point. Just about, maybe a bit more, actually.
Fred and George skip is also typically a big swing point, so this could change pretty drastically.
And both
And-
his versus Senna jumped off, but not this time. Second tries. Very good.
And then I know Fract went for, in one of his previous races, he didn't do the full turnaround. That saves a bit of time, but obviously that's
much,
not
yeah.
gonna close the gap by much.
Especially if he can't get up.
He's like just barely missing the window too.
It's a pretty tight window, but there he goes, turning around and making the jump.
Hybrid doesn't expect us to touch it. Disgusting creature.
Welcome to Care of Magical Creatures class. I'll be teaching you this term. I'd like to introduce you to Buckbeak. He's a hippogriff. Today, you'll be learning how to ride it.
Yeah, how many?
And he just sent me this thing, and I'm like, there's such an obvious row to pick here.
You won't have me bound that filthy beast. Hello, Buckbeak.
Like, there's such an obvious row.
Oh
Annie.
my god.
Threw enough bats to beat the top number on the counter.
HP2 Annie, HP2 glitchless, HP3 Benny.
HP3.
Mouse button to make Beaky fly.
Or you could go with the middle row and play for like 6.5 hours.
Oh god. God. No, I think bottom left, top right is a good one. 2 runs of HP4, and then HP2 any. It's lockout.
Actually, top row isn't bad either.
No, that's the one I liked.
3
at
Annie's a
first,
little.
and that's the one I liked at first, and I'm like, oh wait, there's this. Top row is really nice, actually. It's lockout though, so that's fun. It'll be like 12 plus hours.
But you
Oh,
also
wait.
have, yeah, you have the problem of no,
Wait,
lockout. Lockout would be
That's just
horrible
odd.
for that. It'd be like one person plays 2 Any, and then one person plays 2 glitchless, and you just hope that you're not picking the one the other person's picking.
There's 5
Yeah.
courses to fly in all, and you can win a collection.
And then somebody's you get to the end and it's like, well, he has a 45-minute start in HP4 Hundo. I don't think I can win this anymore.
Great having you.
God.
After
I'm dying.
14 hours of playing, yeah.
It's killed me.
You're not
Lockout in
dying.
that in something like that just wouldn't work, I don't think.
Oh yeah, the big thing about lockouts is when you get sniped,
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
just wasted time. So if you're playing 3 hours of HP4 Hundo and you get sniped, you're done.
Yeah.
You're not making that up.
Not happening ever. That was an interesting choice of categories, though. I mean, HP2 AWC, that hasn't been done in, like, forever, a completed run. And only one run of HP1. 4 of HP2 there.
You can't, Emmy, because 100% is any percent. They're the same. Any percent is finished with any completion, so 100% applies to
Ooh, looky,
any
looky.
percent.
It's weasel
But we would
magic,
have to make it that you can only, every completed run can only tick off one thing.
I don't like the look of that armor.
I think that would be a required rule.
I bet we could beat him if we all
Get sniped in HP2 Hundo, take HP2 AWC.
Use your Carpe Retractum spell when we've worn him down.
I know there was...
Get sniped in Benny, just finish off the Annie run.
That takes a lot longer than you might think.
Yeah, it would, but it's not.
HP3 all wizard cards.
You've almost got him, Ron.
It has like
Why
2
didn't you
minutes of
include
difference.
HP4 all shields? That's the best category. It's actually a good category. Because it has all the joys of 100% without the stupid shit.
We'd better get on to
Moody's
Transfiguration
challenges
now.
and grinding.
Peeves has probably made us
I
late.
know that there was back in like 2014 there was an Octafecta relay.
One of the most advanced
Was
And I'm
there?
surprised. Yeah, it was the Potter Olympics.
Did that ever happen?
I might not have. I know that there's video of people with Pot Olympics in the corner of their screen, but
I don't think it ever happened.
that is something we could try to make happen at some point.
So Cinna is sitting, what, about
McGonagall?
25 seconds ahead, 30 seconds ahead at this point?
This cutscene is... I don't know how long this cutscene is, so within a minute for sure, but
Yes.
Now for
definitely.
today's lesson. The Draconiferous
probably
and metaphor
30 to
spells.
40 seconds
Miss
ahead would be
Granger,
my guess.
Perhaps you'd grace the class by having a go at the exercise I
Yeah, something like
prepared.
that.
Me? Oh, yes.
If you'll just
Rash, that's
stick to
basically
the
what I wanted to do with Insane Percent, but then I didn't want to sit there for 18 hours straight to finish the rest of the categories in 1 through 3.
Let's begin with the Lapifort spell, Miss Granger.
Right. Lapifors.
Maybe when I hit 1,000 followers and I have to do a 48-hour stream.
Correct, Miss Granger. 5 house
I can do
points
that.
for Gryffindor. Cast Lapifors on the rabbit statue.
Or I can do the stupidest thing I've ever done before again.
Transfigured rabbit.
What was that?
Use the arrow keys to
HP2
move the
1000%.
desired direction.
Oh
The
god.
right mouse
I
button
just
will
did
give
10
the
hundo
rabbit
runs in a row.
push the
It
well
was
done.
not fun
Now,
after
take note
4.
of the mound above. Position the press the enter key anytime you wish to stop the
I think
spell.
I got a time of like
Or simply
18 hours or
tap
something.
the hand with the rabbit, and the spell will stop.
Senna saving those couple of seconds by jumping.
Yeah. He's going for the slow strat here though.
He's going for the better strat. The infinitely
strat.
better strat.
Not
How?
slow.
How is that slower? How is that beauty slower?
That was
Now
slow.
let's move on to the Draconifor spell. Cast on the dragon statue, Miss Granger, to transform it into a living creature.
Does he get the lag jumps though? Gets
Just
the
barely
first.
gets the first
Yeah.
one.
He jumped early there, but he gets
Got
it.
it.
Fracking to well skip right now. Going for the slow strat as well.
Going straight up instead of taking an angle. Gets it
I
fast though.
don't know if Frack can get lag jumps. We'll see. He does not even try them. But AJ, I'm not even good. I'm garbage at this game. It's like my worst game, other than HP 1 and 2. Cyna having to go back for the fireball hit. You're missing it.
He missed the burst. I stopped working.
The second, yes, the second. Don't you agree that HP 3 is my worst game though?
No.
Miss Granger is a
But,
bantam.
but what would be then?
The one you don't have the triple crown in? The one that you've had your triple crown completely removed. Or your crown completely removed. HP1 where you hold 0 records instead of all of them.
Hey, I'm going back to HP 1 in 13 days. Leave me alone.
In 13 days? Why 13?
I'm doing HP 2 until the end of February, until the end of January. February is HP 1 time. So he's gonna lose all his records.
Cyna having trouble with the imps.
Thought he said he had a strat for these guys.
He does have a strat for these guys. I have a clip of it where he says, "Take notes, Luigi," and then does
And then it
his
goes on to
strat.
fail? Oh,
No, it does it perfectly. And then I sat down and watched it 50 times to learn it. I think
Does
I'll
it
have to
work?
send it. Yeah, it does. I'll have to send it to him, I guess. Show him the meme again.
You should send it to me. Oh
Having
wait, no, you
trouble
don't want me to
with-
have an advantage.
Having trouble with maze skip?
Getting up there. Was that 3rd or 4th try?
So if he has good imps and a good maze skip, Fract can cut a good bit of time off here.
Nicely done, Miss Granger. You've completed
So the
challenge.
winner of this group is solely decided by the winner of this race,
You'll
no
need
matter
to
how
collect
close.
all 10 challenge shields to earn a visit to the
Got
Queen
good
of
imps.
Moscow. You may take the challenge again anytime you please.
Thank you, Professor McGonagall. You can be certain I'll get
And
all
second
of the
try.
shields next time.
So that saved probably over 10 seconds.
Hermione, there you are.
Maybe like 8.
How was it?
Excellent.
This is a 57-second long cutscene, so Cyna is almost a full minute ahead.
No. It's
Why do you know that?
Oh, shame. You can have another go at the challenge if you like, Hermione. Or we can come back and do it another time.
Just to compare splits between us and you.
Even though the following morning
He's
was
41
stormy,
seconds ahead, right around
Harry
40.
was excited to be playing in the first Quidditch match of the
Not
season.
too bad.
That's,
Definitely can come back.
that's
It
one
won't
of
be
only
easy.
2 cutscenes I know the length of. The other is the one after Train, which is 59.9.
Okay.
Well, it's 59.9 on a good day, sometimes it's 56. Isn't it wonderful that that can happen?
Sometimes it's
He played brilliantly. Until suddenly,
Great game. I think the one thing we have to be aware of if we were ever to do an HV2 tournament is that it would almost certainly have to go by in-game time because,
Load times are such a
Way-
big deal for that, yeah.
yeah, like, I think in any percent I have like 3.5 minutes of loads, Wilson has like,
3.
no, like 2.
Less than 3.
The boggart will appear as the thing you fear the most.
Yeah, whereas most people's loads for this game sit right around a minute. It's like plus or
Yeah.
minus 5 seconds for most people.
Yeah, there's some people that have much faster and some people that have much slower.
AJ and
But-
Tedder.
For a perfect
And
cast,
Cyna.
you must release the spell.
Cyna gets
just as
good
the ring
loads.
passes over your wand.
Yeah, he has 36 in his PB.
36? What the?
Is expecto
Yeah.
patronum.
Wow, yeah.
Right.
pretty mental.
And I have like, yeah, 40, 53.
One more time. Fantastic. 3 perfect casts, Harry.
You're ready for the next stage of the lesson.
Sudden death round in a 1-minute game.
And be ready to use the Beginner's Challenge on a boggart.
I mean, Emmy, the way that most lockouts work, it's not it doesn't really matter who gets a line or anything. It's just who gets the most goals. So it would be on a 3x3 board. It would be 5 goals to win.
Concentrate. The boggart has taken the shape
Not
of a
necessarily
Dementor
having a line.
to play on your fears.
I mean, it's for exactly that reason.
Fract not running up to the platform, losing a second.
The creature's presence
Oh
will likely
boy,
keep
one
cast
whole
a
1
second.
second.
bonus at a boggart to disable it.
Cannot afford to lose that second.
Make perfect casts at each boggart in the area before the
Yeah,
spell
so
is
in
turned off.
my PB, I had a minute 7 of load. And Sin only had 36 in his PB. Nixo had a minute 6 as well. No, I had minute 7. Did I say 6? So having a minute 6, you having 53, AJ having... Damn, AJ is really fast. He has 27 seconds of
27.
low. That's insane. That's mental.
TK is 45.
Yeah.
Senna getting a book behind the bookcase.
Well, that's really rare.
I have seen other people get it. I've never had it happen to myself.
I've had it a couple times in the hundreds of runs of this game that I've done. Still not going for the double swing, but missing it there, casting too late the second time around.
I figured that was less of a mistake and more of a late reaction.
Probably. So Cinna is sitting about 45 seconds ahead at this point. Not getting a soft lock. A soft lock here would essentially be game over for Fract. So hopefully that doesn't happen.
Other way around, it would have been tie game.
That's true. Cinna not getting the 57 library. Which is fucking mental. Fract going for the double swing and getting it. Turns around the opposite way that you really want to. Not looking at Hermione at all. And the soft lock.
Soft locks. Ooh, that's... yeah.
You want to try and keep Hermione in the view of the camera. But Fract doing exactly the opposite of that. Turning around the other way so he doesn't look at the door. And then walking towards the carpe swing so that the door is not even in his field of vision.
There's a lot of weird little traits about that swing that are fairly consistent, but we have no clue how to abuse them. Like, if you see Hermione jumping outside of the room and then goes back in, you're like guaranteed to not get the soft lock.
Yeah.
The left and right arrow keys
Yeah,
to turn.
that's true. Unless perhaps if you like wait a whole minute to cast at the carpe.
Well, she usually just doesn't move after that happens. She'll
Yeah,
just
that's
stand in
true.
place.
So Cinna now about a minute 20 ahead. It's his match to lose now, as it's been for the past 20 minutes. Or, no,
Pretty much since Fred and George.
yeah. So back to this this bingo game thing. I think it would be fun. Just because I'm good at a lot of categories, so I would win. Unless you put like HP 5 through 7 there, and then I just have no chance. I have to play them blindly.
Get Lazar or Affinity Cat to come and play.
So Cinna heading down into the second half here. And Fract just on the first slide.
This is another spot where people have traditionally lost a lot of time. Senna gets it though.
Yep, that cost Resp a lot of time in his race that he eventually lost. Those were some nice imps though, first ones. And second ones as well, but not going for the swag strat that saves half a second. I'm disappointed.
Half of the reason I went for most of that stuff in my race was because I was still on PB pace. It's like, I need to keep this as alive as long as I can, so let's go for ridiculous stuff.
Hey, that's not even ridiculous. It's not hard.
It's a lot harder.
Well, yeah.
Objectively, a lot harder.
I mean, getting good timing on that sponge fight is hard. Nobody can seem to do it. You can, as you saw Cinna do there, he didn't actually grab the shield when he was on the Spongify tile, but you can do much better than he did. It's like, it's still just coming out of the floor. Most people end up grabbing it, which means it's even more slow.
It's a shame. Well, come back anytime you want to give the challenge another try. Find all
Turn the 4x turn cast and Shrieking Shack to skip the one salamander.
I'll be back.
Nobody has ever seriously gone for that in runs.
Does it?
So, how was it?
That would be 6 turn casts, and I don't think it does.
No, it's 4. It's 4.
I could slide
You only need to kill those 2 salamanders. The first one can stay alive as long as
Yeah,
you
but
want.
you have to put out the fires.
The blue or the scarlet variety?
Oh yeah, 6
Really
turn
matter,
casts.
I suppose.
Yeah.
You can have
Yeah,
another
you're
go at
right.
the Glacier's challenge if you want.
It does save time though,
Or we
if
can
you do
come
it
back
perfectly.
later.
Despite the dangerous visitor lurking around Hogwarts, Harry insisted on going to visit Hagrid. He was anxious to hear the outcome of Buckbeak's trial.
Was that? I think it was.
Oh, Buckbeak!
Looks like Cinna will
Poor
be
Hagrid.
about a minute and a
They
half
carried out
ahead
the
after this,
execution.
maybe even a bit
Look,
more.
It's Scabbers.
You see, Ron, Crookshanks was innocent.
Cinna not on a terrible run, still 48 pace, loadless,
I've got to, you naughty
which is
rats.
a very good run.
If that dog can get in, we can.
Thank goodness.
In my opinion, one of the weirdest splits in the game.
Willow?
Yeah, simply because it doesn't feel like you can lose a lot of time, but
But you can.
very definitely can. Little mistakes add up very quickly here.
Yeah. When I was grinding out for the 47, right? I think my gold split here was like 652 or something, right? I'm like, I think I really beat that. Then in record, when I got some record, I got a 649. I'm like, how the hell did I do that? And then when I got record again, I got like a 645. I'm like, what the crap? Where did all this time come from? like just 7 seconds that I did not know existed. Being optimal with your double cast is hard.
Yeah, a lot of it is RNG too, because Hermione just won't focus
Yeah.
at the right time.
Or when you get the double cast and it just doesn't kill the skeleton for some reason.
Hit something
Those are
or
great.
fizzles, or yeah, it just decides it's not gonna die.
Yeah, like they both hit it, but yeah, just like oh no, that didn't happen there. But it can happen, especially on the next skeleton coming up for Cinna. I tend to find if I hit the one on the right first, then it will happen a lot, and if I hit the one on the left, I get it less. Did Frack just soft lock into the block there?
I didn't see.
Seems like he did. He reloaded to level. Damn. That's significant time loss. The result of this race is not really too important to either of these guys. They both know that they're through. Well,
On top of
winning
that,
it.
Ramen and Tedder are just very close in skill.
Yeah,
so it's not like playing one is significantly better than playing the other.
Exactly. Who would be the two people that they're playing most likely?
Yeah, assuming that they play as their current PBs would suggest.
Assuming Ramon and Ted are advanced, which is the most likely outcome at this point.
Sirius Black is not what you think he is. And Scabbers, he's not a rat. He's a wizard by the name of Peter Pettigrew.
Ramon would just simply have to beat B-Man on Saturday.
I can explain. Pettigrew's an animagus.
Is the
It wasn't Sirius Black who betrayed your parents, Harry.
yeah, that is the first match there on next Saturday. So then we would have the Ramon and Tedder match, which decides who gets first in that group, assuming Ramon can take the victory in the first match. Also, in case anybody's wondering, Ramon's okay with doing 2 matches in a row. I'm not forcing him to do it. Cyna finishing up with the first set of mementos there, heading back in time, so Fract is now ahead in the story.
They've got Bugbeak in there somewhere.
It's awfully quiet. You're sure you said
Fract will be about 3 hours behind in a little bit.
You did it!
Perfect. Careful now.
Right. Oh no! The door closed!
Well, there's got to be a way out.
Aside from the soft locks, it looks like Fract had a pretty good
But it's too hard
shack.
to reach.
Yeah. Of course, soft locking is not what you want to do. Obviously. It's never the best idea.
Does that help?
Perfect. Hold tight. I'll see what's in there.
It's usually fairly detrimental, so
Yeah, for the most part. Sometimes it lets you reset a run and then start a world record run, so that's cool. But other than that,
Senna just kind of getting trolled by these imps. Oh, P.
oh, I
7
think that's
out
the
of 8.
first time we've seen that in this tournament. So weird glitch that can happen. Sometimes you don't have to kill all the imps. We still don't know how it works.
A lot of good
My theory was
practice.
debunked
Now we're
when
both stuck
I did a
in
weird
here.
thing. So those imps specifically are one of the sets of imps where that can happen a lot. So Senna only killed 7 out of 8 imps there. It's happened that you've only had to kill 4 imps out of those 8, and you were allowed to continue. I've only seen that once, though. Other than that, I've seen a few 6s in my day.
Another room where that can tend to happen a lot is the imp room in Transfig.
Yeah. That would be a theory if it would, if it was only ever one imp that was still alive, seeing as we've had 6 out of 8 be enough to advance, or 4 out of 8 be enough.
We've had
It's not
4
bad.
out of 6 in Transfig as well.
Yeah, 4 out of 6 is.
5 out of 6 is fairly common. 4 out of 6.
Where else have I seen that before? I believe this. Trying to think. Never in Carpe. I don't know if I remember seeing it in the library before we had turn tennis. I feel like I did for some reason.
It's been too long.
Yeah, way too. I'm missing the file.
Pretty
Never
solid
in-
Dementors from Senna.
Yeah. Never in Glacia's final have less imps been good enough, as far as I know. Why would we tell them that, Emmy?
Emmy wants time to practice.
So Senna heading into finals. They're having a bit of trouble with these imps.
Senna almost landed on that platform, so that could have been really bad there. Oh, he'd still probably be able to get the fast cycle, but
Just getting regular cycle. Which of course is all that he goes for, so I'm sure he's happy with it. There's only one person that goes for a faster cycle.
I wonder why nobody else is crazy enough to go for that.
Okay, seriously though, I tried that second swing for like 20 minutes the other day and I didn't get it once. Like, I don't know how you do that one so consistently.
I took almost just as much practice as the third swing. It's not easy.
No, it's not.
I'm impressed that TK used to go for that over the first room swing.
Yeah, that just doesn't even make sense to me when he thought he did that.
It's the reason we know about that trick in the first place.
I also don't care enough to put 20 hours or whatever. Senna going for the backup here because he missed.
Waiting for the platforms to... Oh, nope, he's gonna go through the hallway.
Just gonna take the first jump. He missed his. What's he doing? No, that's the wrong order to do them, Senna. What are you doing? Is Fract gonna catch up because of this? Senna doesn't know how to do this. This isn't gonna work either.
I think there's enough time.
No, you barely have enough time to make that. You have to cast it that 1 second. What is he doing?
He's just going around.
Oh my god.
That being said, Fract still isn't in final exams, and Carpe Final is a minute long, so
Yeah.
Fract a little
If
over a
Fract
minute and a half
was-
behind.
Fract was close though, like this could have been something.
Were it not for the soft lock in Shack,
Both of
this
them.
would probably be a lot different.
Both of them really. Because he soft locked in
Oh,
library.
he's
as well.
soft locked in library too, yeah.
Mm.
It's just Cyna. It's all Cyna's fault. He's making other people soft lock.
Yeah. That's what it seems like.
2 soft locks from AJ, 2 soft locks from Fract.
Oh, Fract not getting that swing. He should still be able to get the cycle if he gets it now. Does get it now. See if he can make it. He goes for it there, but yeah, he picked one. He had to pick one over the other,
Yeah,
and he
had
picked wrong.
just barely enough time to make it, but
He
hesitated.
would have had enough time through the secret if he had not gone for that, but
Well, he probably would have made it taking the platforms too, but he hesitated for just half a second before he went for it.
yeah,
so.
it's true. So losing 15 seconds there. So losing over a minute to a window jump this run. Cracked now back within 2 minutes, it seems.
Cyna's typical transfig final is about 2:05, so
2.5 is Glod, come on, that's not typical.
no, that's pretty typical for him.
His
Having
PB's
seen him do it,
207, so
having seen him do it many times, that's 2:05 is pretty typical for him. So yeah, about a minute 50 between the two. The only thing that can save Fract at this point is a crash, a soft lock, or a replayed final. So
you forgot one option that I've only ever seen once in this level. There's
What?
always the chance of a death.
oh,
I've seen it once.
I think you mean wrong warp. I think that's what you're talking about there. You don't die in this game. You just wrong warp.
I remember that. It took so long for us to figure out.
And like we had 3 different examples of it happening, or something like that. And then it's like, wait, we're just dying.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, I had it happen to me in Pixies in an 90% run. It's like, what the hell just happened? The round just restarted. Ron died.
Because you don't really get told when, like,
Yeah,
when your friends die.
It just
screen just kind of
resets.
goes black and
Yeah.
you're done.
Yeah, you can pull a Fragus with the crabs, get a crab stuck in the wall. Well, he is past the crabs, so he's safe for that.
Fract having a lot of trouble with these walls here. This dragon is very hard to fly.
It is
Optimally.
probably some of the hardest movement in the game. Simply because it's so hard to tell where the dragon's hitbox starts and ends.
Yeah.
Looks like Cyna didn't go for the turn cast.
No, he never does.
I know he did for a short while.
So instead of finishing up here, all he has to do is not hit replay. And the victory will be his.
If Fract were to find Glacius Final Skip right now, he could do it. If he can jump just a little bit higher right now, he can do it. He can get the point. I swear that'll happen one day. Someone's gonna figure that out.
Glad to
I
see
hope.
you three survived
Actually, I
your
don't. I don't want to have to run that
final
category again for a long time.
They were great fun.
Speak for yourself.
I'm
I'll
gonna
be
send the
having
stream
nightmares
keys
for
over
months.
to the
Well
next
then,
runners.
let's see whether you've
Hello.
completed all of your third-year requirements. Looks like you've got a few things to finish up yet.
47.
Off you go.
50, 47.
Next runners. Hello.
I put it in the wrong spot. 47.
I knew I had a big lead on Frax, but you know it's still not good enough.
What were you doing when you
I was
failed
trying to
window
go for the
jump?
backup. I was trying to go for the backup. I forgot the order of things.
But you like reset it like 3 times after you've
Yeah,
already
the
jumped on the
Spongify was
after you've
gone.
already jumped on the Spongify, and then finally you went through both tunnels.
Because the Spongify tile was gone, and then I had to reset.
Sometimes I don't understand you. Sina. Sometimes.
How am I gonna get the backup if the Spongify isn't active? I told you I forgot the order of inputs.
You have to do the turn cast last because you
Okay,
have
yeah,
barely
that's what I'm
enough time.
saying. That's what I'm saying. That's all it is.
Fract getting trolled by these imps.
Yeah.
Looks like he got the turn cast, though. He did get the kill on the...
Yeah, you just
Salamander.
never realized it seems. Wasn't sure, I guess.
Like, this was a high 48 otherwise.
I should mention that, like AJ's run, this would be very different if Fract hadn't soft locked.
Soft luck twice, yeah.
This would have been a much closer race.
One soft luck he could have avoided, though. Let's be honest here.
He hit shift on the platform, I take it.
Yeah. That's the only way to soft luck there.
Ah, glad to see you three survived your final exams.
Cinna, if you want to stop stream so AJ can start his, that'd be
Speak for
cool.
yourself. I'll be having nightmares for months.
Well then,
Yeah,
let's
I
see
gotta
whether
learn the
you've
backup.
completed all of your third-year requirements.
Why would you need the backup, though?
Things to finish up yet.
So I don't I don't lose all the time from failing window jump.
Alright.